But I want us to touch on a few other things. I would like to get your point of view on whether or not you support the call for restructuring or the absolute rewriting of the 1999 Constitution, where you consider the arguments that it was a military-imposed document that lacks national consensus.
You see, we like sloganeering in Nigeria without actually looking at substance. Between 1999, yes, I agreed, 1999 Constitution was an imposition by the military government of Abubakar Abdulsalam. But since 1999, there have been some fundamental changes in the structure of Nigerian constitution, by which power in certain dimensions have devolved to the state. The question we first ask ourselves, those powers that have devolved to the state, to what extent have our subnationals been able to utilize those devolved power structure? I'll give, for example, the correctional system. It's now permissible under the Constitution for our state government to set up their correctional centers. How many states have utilized that devolved power to them? Power has also been taken out of national grid, by which it is now possible for state actors to be able to participate in that critical sector for infrastructure development. How many of our subnationals have been able to utilize that that means? And also the mode by which businesses are carried on. You don't have to carry on businesses by way of company incorporated under Companies and Other Matters Act. You can use limited partnership and some other form of business by which you encourage commerce within your territory. To what extent will have been able to test those constitutional latitude and use it to advance the interest? So it's not just enough to just castigate 1999 Constitution as it were as imposition of the military. Yes, that is a treason. But then within the ambit of effort that have been made to devolve power, there's a need for the subnational to take critical look and see how best they will be able to advance the economic progress of our people and as well as infrastructure development. I was reading a story talking about how much money had gone to local government structure because of the removal of the first subsidy and the flotation of the naira. The question you can ask yourself is that within those structure, to what extent has this important development of freeing resources for infrastructure development impact positively on the people at the grassroots? So there is a need to have a mental construct that development should be the focus of our democracy. And therefore, rather than sloganeering, we need to ensure that we also do what will advance the education of our people, the health of our people, and as well as bring prosperity.
There's no sense to which you think
Nigerians.
that the Constitution is also hindering development to that extent, to some extent.
You see, I've told you what we could do within the present anomalous constitutional provision. I'm not saying
it is currently constructed.
The way it's currently constructed, but if then I'm a reformist. I believe that we can do much in terms of restructuring, but we also need to utilize what we have been able to get in terms of
which you think that we haven't done enough.